of our program is speaker. Our evaluator already said what is the topic of our speech. The speech is, could you repeat please?
Time to speak is next.
Time to speak. It is welcome, Mark.
All right.
Speak up, and you can change your life. Speak up, and you can give a voice to someone who doesn't have one. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, have you ever remained silent about things that matter to you? I have.
Plenty of time.
In fact, silence and I were the best of friends. I used to run into its warm embrace so we could sit together. Silence. It started when I was just a little boy. When we first came to this country from Russia, I was so excited. I'm gonna make so many new friends. Hopefully they like me. I was finally at the land of the free and the home of the brave. Except brave, I was not. I remember walking to school on the first day, and my hands were shaking with fear. And all my dreams of making friends got burst just like the soap bubbles in the air. Now, you may not believe this, but I wasn't always this big. Or this charming. On the very first day, I got teased and bullied. Maybe because of the way I looked, maybe because of my strange accent. But by the time lunchtime came around, I was so terrified to speak. I clenched the plastic food tray in my hands and covered my face. I was a stranger in a strange land, terrified to speak. Have you ever felt like me? Over the years, I learned that silence can kill. In fact, silence almost killed me. 10 years ago, I moved on with my life. Moved to Philadelphia and met a girl. Everything was going great. But then as we tangled together in our relationship, I realized there were some major differences between us. And do you ever get this gut feeling right here that something is wrong? And you ignore it? And you say nothing? Yes. See, I was convinced that remaining silent was the best way to handle the relationship. Boy, was I wrong. One night, my girlfriend asked to meet her friends. Sure. We ended up in the bad section of town. Next thing I remember, I was robbed and assaulted by those same friends and was left to die. And my girlfriend, she left. What? Abandon me? As I woke up with my face down on the ground on that cold night, I remember waking up and regaining my balance. The first thought that came through my head, I have got to learn how to pick better girlfriends. See, before that night in Philadelphia, it was I who abandoned myself first. Every time I had a chance to speak up in our relationship about things that mattered to me, guess what I said?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And that's how I learned. If you don't speak up, you have to live with the consequences of your silence. Silence can kill. But it doesn't have to be that way. My friend Anna taught me a better way. I met her at work. Just like you, she listened to all my stories. She made fun of me, and we became friends. One day, the boss of the firm asked to speak to Anna. Now, he had a reputation. He was a bully, beating people into the submission with his words. A few minutes after the meeting started, I see Anna running for the exit of the building. I say, Anna, wait! What happened? Where are you going? She stopped. She looked at me and said nothing. And in her silence, I heard her voice. Time to speak is now. I got flashbacks to all those years I was bullied and teased. As I walked over to see my boss, I looked him straight in the eye and I said, I cannot do this. I cannot allow anyone being bullied anywhere, anytime. Because the price of silence is too high. Anna and I left. By speaking up that day, others had the courage to stand up to their boss. And things have changed. And Anna was never bullied again. Now, if someone like me, with my strange accent, can do that, just imagine what you can do. Every time we remain silent about things that matter to us, take a step backwards. Then one day, we look at ourselves and all we see is just a patchwork of moments of silence sewn together with fear. Time to speak is now. Because when you do, you have the courage to step forward. And your heart will remind you, even in your heartbreak, that you still know how to love. When you speak up, you can give a voice to someone who doesn't have one. No, I get it. It is scary, scary, scary to speak up. Especially if you've been hurt. I know. But when you do, you let go of the fear and you grab hope. That means everything. A few weeks ago, my friend told me, Mark, your life shrinks and expands according to your courage. But you'll never know it if you don't speak up.